hard sport. When laziness comes to your body, to your mind.
Over the years, what do you think of that?
Sad. You know, just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever.
Barrios is a great dude. He's young. He's strong. I think Pacquiao's coming back because he wants to make history. Pacquiao is a person that loves to help. He helps. People love him in his country.
The upcoming fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios is far more than a standard boxing match. It's a monumental clash of legacy, pride, and relentless determination. Both fighters step into the ring with heavy intentions and individual goals. Barrios, the younger and hungrier competitor, is eager to make a name for himself by challenging a living legend. Pacquiao, armed with decades of championship experience and an iron mindset, enters not to prove his physicality, but his mental resilience. For him, this isn't about proving age or speed, it's about proving that belief and mindset define greatness. Pacquiao insists that boxing starts in the mind, and without belief, there's no reason to lace up the gloves.
This boxing, this is really hard sport. When laziness comes to your body, to your mind, then stop boxing. Forget about boxing. But as long as you dedicated, you have fire, you have, you have interest to punish yourself like that, or hard work, you enjoy doing hard work, training like that, discipline, then go for it. Like, continue boxing.
Yeah.
But
if you do that, you'll be successful.
no, of course. But something like comes to your mind, like especially in the middle of like preparation, like let's say 2 months after 1 month training, it's like tired, like lazy.
I agree.
Highly respected trainer Joel Diaz has voiced his deep concerns over Manny Pacquiao's return to competitive boxing. Diaz reflects on the universal truth in the sport: every fighter reaches a point where retreat is wiser than pursuit. At 46, Pacquiao isn't just stepping back into the ring, he's stepping in against opponents who are younger, sharper, and more active. Diaz warns that while Pacquiao's work ethic is unmatched and his heart remains strong, the body doesn't always follow. Age, he says, is the one opponent no fighter can avoid. To Diaz, Pacquiao has already done it all, and returning at this point could risk both health and legacy.
Mario Barrios is younger. He's younger, he's big, he's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. I mean, in my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments, great memories.
Among Pacquiao's peers and admirers, support for his spirit is strong, but belief in his chances is not universal. One fellow fighter shared that while he hopes Pacquiao wins, logic leans toward Barrios. The reality is clear: Mario Barrios is in his prime. He brings a dangerous mix of speed, strength, and tactical awareness that could be too much even for a veteran like Pacquiao. While there's deep respect for Manny's greatness and all he's accomplished, many believe Barrios is simply the wrong choice for a comeback opponent. They see him as a surging threat, ready to seize the spotlight. And they question whether Manny still has the tools to stop him.
You're about to do 10 rounds of sparring.
Yes, sir.
Give me 12 days away, Manny Pacquiao Barrios. Who wins and why?
Oh, man. I really hope Pacquiao wins, but I really don't see it happening. I think Barrios right now, he's in his prime. He got real good trainers behind him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Pacquiao don't got, but I just think the age and stuff like that is gonna play a big role in that fight.
Keith Thurman, who once stood across the ring from Pacquiao, offers a valuable perspective shaped by personal experience. He recalls how impressive Pacquiao looked physically during his bout against Eudenis Ugas: sharp, conditioned, and explosive. Thurman also acknowledges Barrios' strength and punching power, but he firmly believes Pacquiao can still handle that kind of pressure. He's felt Pacquiao's fists firsthand and knows the Filipino icon's precision and explosive counters still pack a punch. If Manny shows up in similar shape and with the same focus, Thurman believes he can not only absorb Barrios' best shots but turn the fight around and take control.
You know, Pacquiao coming back. I don't like when Pacquiao comes back off layoffs. You know, when he fought me, he was active. Even though he was at the age that he was very active. I think I was like his third fight that year or his third fight within like 13, 14 months, right? So he was very active at the time. And then when he fought Ugas after COVID, after the victory over me, scheduled to fight Spence, injury, had to fight Ugas, last minute replacement, yada, yada, yada. But Ugas got the best of him, right? And now coming off of another layoff, I think Mario Barrios can box smart and get the best of him. The dangerous thing is Mario Barrios is there to be hit. You know, I caught him, I rocked him, Tank got him with a body shot, and you know, Pacquiao is still gonna have some clippers. You know what I'm saying? Got back. He can have some clippers on him, you know. So if he clips the chin, if he clips the body right, you know, I think he has an opportunity of hurting Barrios. But not sure what the speed's gonna look like at this time. The weight coming off, he's done a few exhibitions. He hasn't had to be at that upper echelon of fighting per se. So it's gonna be interesting, man. A lot of fight fans are just gonna enjoy to see what Pacquiao brings to the table. But I highly doubt I'll have an opportunity to get a rematch. You know, I'm not gonna not take it. You know, I've been wanting to punch that boy for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it'd be exciting to see him do great.
Rumors have swirled that Pacquiao's return is just another exhibition stunt, an easy payday for a global name. Many have assumed he's following the current trend of retired fighters cashing in on their fame with low-risk bouts. But sources close to Pacquiao strongly reject that notion. According to those inside his camp, this fight is anything but casual. Pacquiao has trained with full intensity, taken every round seriously, and knows Barrios isn't someone to be underestimated. He's not stepping in for a spectacle, he's stepping in for a war. Pacquiao is aiming to answer his critics not with promises, but with punches.
Well, what's the worst version of Manny we could see? We've seen the best versions of Manny. What's the worst version of Manny we could see against Mario Barrios? And that ain't it. You're gonna get a Manny Pacquiao that is fine-tuned, a Manny Pacquiao that is ready, a Manny Pacquiao that has, check this out, not been sitting down watching exhibitions and saying, I'm about to have an exhibition fight. That's what that was. That was him sitting down, sad because he hadn't been in the sport in a little while, and he saw a little opportunity for him to do something. And I'm not sure if the people around him told him that he should get ready for it, but when you're on the outside and you're looking at what's going on with these exhibitions, and it's an easy way to make money and use your image and all that kind of stuff, that's what he did. He got ready for an exhibition fight. 3 rounds. I mean, the moment I heard you say 3 rounds, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just keep moving past this. This is not the same thing. He knows this is a 12-round war against Azteca Mario Barrios. He's not going to come to the ring in any way, shape, form, or fashion the way that he did against Ampo. And I'm telling you right now, I promise you, if he does, I'll drop down and give you 100 push-ups straight. It ain't gonna happen. We got elite Mario Barrios. He's earned his position of being elite. He's elite. I hear what you're saying about his mentality. I just got a feeling that even though he's going through the rhythm and the routine of that's Pacquiao and I'm just Mario Barrios.
Trainer Robert Garcia sees logic in Pacquiao's choice to face Barrios. While certainly not an easy fight, Garcia believes Barrios is more beatable compared to other younger rising stars in the division. Had Pacquiao chosen someone like Jaron Ennis or another elite young name, the potential for career-ending damage would have been higher. Garcia respects Barrios, calling him a tough and worthy opponent, but notes that stylistically, the matchup gives Pacquiao a fair shot. It's a dangerous challenge, but one that Garcia believes Manny can still win if he executes his game plan.
Years out of the ring and everything against Mario Barrios. Your thoughts on that fight?
Look,
I think it's a fight that just because of the card that they put together, it's gonna do really good. The arena is gonna be sold out. People are gonna order on pay-per-view. I think it's gonna do really good numbers because of the whole undercard. I think Pacquiao, you know, went to the I can't say the easiest because Barrios is a world champion, so I can't say he's easy either, man. But it did, you know, if you know he wouldn't fight against Norman.
Yeah.
He wouldn't fight against Boots. You know what I mean? Because Boots was the champion. Now that he wouldn't have fought against Boots. He would have never fought against Norman. Those guys would have hurt Pacquiao. So he chose Barrios, which also fights for PBC, so made it a lot easier. But Barrios he's young, he's big, he's hungry. You know, he's at performance where we question his, you know, skills, chin. But he has heart, man. He has heart, and Pacquiao's 46, so that's a big difference right there. I would love to see Pacquiao make history and become, you know, the youngest. He already is the oldest welterweight champion.
Yeah.
But 6 years later, he's gonna break his own.
Mario Barrios' trainer didn't mince words. He issued a bold statement to Pacquiao's camp, reminding them that while Manny has absorbed legendary knowledge from Freddie Roach over the years, Barrios has also evolved through elite training environments. Barrios has spent years refining his craft, absorbing world-class strategy, and preparing for moments like this. The message was crystal clear: Barrios is no rookie walking in blind. He knows what Pacquiao brings and has trained accordingly. This won't be a mismatch or an easy night for either fighter. Both camps understand what's at stake and are preparing for a full-scale war.
A lot of time we spent together. Picked up a lot of things from you. Freddie, you know I was in that gym a long time, Freddie. I picked up a lot of things watching those camps with Manny Pacquiao right there, baby. We know a lot of things from there. I was in there every day watching him. And unfortunately for him, there's a lot of things we're going to bring to the table on July 19th of the things that I've seen with Manny Pacquiao. We're coming, baby. You know that, Freddie. I was there a lot of time, Freddie. We did a lot of time in there, in and around Manny Pacquiao. You know that, Freddie. And you know that too, Manny.
Despite the widespread concerns about Pacquiao's age and risk, many in the boxing community continue to stand behind him. To them, Pacquiao is more than just a boxer, he's a symbol of perseverance, discipline, and excellence. His story has inspired millions, and his return feels like another chapter in a legendary career. Fans and fighters alike want to see him succeed one more time. This isn't just about winning, it's about legacy. Pacquiao's decision to fight again, despite the odds, resonates deeply with those who still believe in the spirit of a true champion defying time.
What do you think of Manny Pacquiao?
The GOAT.
I think he wins his next fight against Barrios.
Yeah, for sure. I love to see him win it, you know. He's a legendary fighter and someone that I've watched on tape and studied, you know. So
great person too.
Yeah, I've never met him before in real life, but
you never met him?
Never.
Robert Garcia spoke not just about Pacquiao the fighter, but Pacquiao the man. He emphasized that Manny is fueled by more than money or personal ambition, he carries the pride and hopes of an entire nation. Garcia admits the challenge ahead is enormous, especially at Manny's age, but he also believes that with the right focus and preparation, Pacquiao still has something special left to show. He's fighting not just for titles or recognition, but for history, legacy, and the people who have stood by him for decades.
The fight, I mean, do you understand why maybe Pacquiao's coming back maybe after a performance like that against a Mario Barrios?
Well, look, after Barrios' last performance, I think Pacquiao wasn't the only one. I think there was many calls to the Cubas and PBC people about fighting Barrios. But you know, Barrios is a great dude. He's young, he's strong. I think Pacquiao's coming back because he wants to make history. Pacquiao is a person that loves to help. He helps. People love him in his country, and not only in his country, in the whole world. People love him. People always support him. People are behind him, and he's doing it to make history. You know, if he becomes champion, you know, there's been very few that could do something that have done something like that in their 40s to come back and well, actually mid-40s, late 40s, and come back and become world champion. You know, he just wants to make history and be the best in history, because maybe he will. But it's gonna be tough. At 46, bro, you know, shit, I'm 4 years older than him, man. and
4 years ago, you didn't want to make a comeback?
Man, I didn't want to make a comeback. when I was 30, and I had been retired for only 4 years, and I was 30, and a lot of people would tell me, Robert, you're young, Robert, you can still do something. There's a lot of fights, Morales, Barrera, even Pacquiao was already fighting. There's a lot of money out there. But nah, man, you know, I didn't feel like doing it. So, you know, it's different. Mikey, you know, Mikey's 37, and we've told him, Mike, you know, you can still do 1 or 2 more fights, and you know, and he just feels like, no, you know, at 37. So just imagine 10 years.
Legendary commentator Jim Lampley offered a more emotional interpretation of Pacquiao's return. He said it isn't surprising to see fighters come back, but it's still heartbreaking in some ways. Lampley believes that for legends like Pacquiao, walking away from the ring is incredibly hard. It's not always about money, it's about missing the adrenaline, the energy of the crowd, and the identity boxing provides. Many greats return for one last high. He doesn't fault Pacquiao for coming back, but he questions whether the emotional toll will be worth the temporary thrill.
Over the years, what do you think of that?
Sad. You know, it's just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever. However, on the other hand, fighters fight. It's what they do. Hey, Jim Lampley was gone for 6 years. Was it stupid for him to choose to come back and fall a fight? Was it a risk? You know, was there a possibility that he could embarrass himself and fall on his face? Are there some viewers and listeners out there who think that's exactly what he did? Sure, that's possible. But I was back doing something I love and I was getting paid for it. So I understand why Manny wants to come back and do something he loves and get paid for it. But it's one thing to talk into a microphone when you've been a few years away and you're a little bit older. It's entirely a different thing to go in and hit and get hit.
One consistent truth echoed throughout the boxing world: age is Manny Pacquiao's most relentless opponent. Analysts point out that no matter how sharp or skilled a fighter is, aging slows the body. Reflexes decline, stamina fades, and recovery takes longer. Even with world-class training, you can't undo the clock. It doesn't mean Pacquiao has no shot, it just means the window is smaller and the margin for error is razor thin. Youth can often outpace even the most intelligent veteran when it matters most.
Manny Pacquiao's gonna get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, like, Mario Barrios is like far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year and he arguably lost to like a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. Like, this dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, you know, around him? Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time, no questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this one.
Many believe Pacquiao's return is rooted in emotion, not money. Fighters often describe the ring as the only place they truly feel alive. The lights, the crowd, the pride, it's an experience nothing else can replicate. Retirement offers peace, but not the adrenaline. And so, many fighters chase that one last moment. But experts caution that this emotional pull can be dangerous. In his last outing, Pacquiao showed visible signs of decline. The magic was fading, and some wonder whether this comeback is inspired by glory or a refusal to let go.
Saying that Manny Pacquiao was the first ballot Hall of Famer. He's an 8 Division world champion, one of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport of boxing. He's a great family man, great philanthropist, does a lot for his community. I ain't saying nothing bad about Manny Pacquiao. In fact, I'm worried for his well-being. Seen this with some of the boxing greats like Roy Jones Jr., James Toney, you know, just to name a few. Bernard Hopkins, personally my favorite fighter of all time. They don't know how to let the game, right? They always get that itch. They miss the allure. You know, the crowd, the cheers, the boos, the spectacle that comes with the sport of boxing. I get it. I can understand why Manny Pacquiao is still trying to hold on to what was in the past, right? which is why my beef was with Mario Barrios. Because, bro, you know you need your ass whipped, right? Because last time I saw Manny Pacquiao in an exhibition fight, let alone a real fight versus Yordenis Ugas, he looked terrible. He looked like he was about to get stopped. Remember the fight that was supposed to happen between him and Errol Spence? And things like that. I'm going to come in and put on a one-sided ass whooping and things like that. Manny Pacquiao is a great future Hall of Famer. He's a legend, but I feel like my skills and fundamentals is going to be the deciding factor in that fight. Remember when Errol Spence pulled out of that fight due to an eye injury? Manny Pacquiao lost to Yordenis Ugas. The same Yordenis Ugas that's been getting dinged on ever since he fought Errol Spence. Instead of trying to unify the division with Brian Norman, who currently holds the WBO strap, right? Instead of trying to unify with another unified champion at 147 and Jerome Boots Ennis, who many deem as the new boogeyman in the sport, especially at 147. Yeah, I said it. You decide to fight Manny Pacquiao for the big payday, in my Canelo voice. And I say all that to say, bro, you know you need your ass whipped, right? Boxing guys don't like ugly. And if you keep playing with the sport of boxing, eventually the sport of boxing is going to get back at you. And oh man, when Brian Norman, or dare I even say Jerome Boots Ennis, that's even if you have the balls to fight them, yeah, I said it, get their hands on you, you going to get stopped, bro, because you know you dead wrong for going up against a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Facts, he threw a big facts.
Jim Lampley expanded on that point, saying that the rush of boxing is more addictive than any drug. The moment the bell rings, the fighter becomes whole again. It's why so many can't stay away. For someone like Pacquiao, stepping back into the spotlight is more than a career move, it's emotional survival. The money helps, sure, but the real high comes from the sound of the crowd and the chaos of combat. That's the true addiction.
Friendship Way said, Ray, why is it that you can't give this up? It's one of the greatest quotes I ever heard. He said, Jim, I tried owning restaurants and I tried eating in restaurants. I tried dancing in nightclubs and I tried owning nightclubs. I did every other thing I could do that was supposed to give me that kind of feedback. There is nothing in life that matches the moment of standing up off your stool, sweat glistening on your chest, naked in the eyes of the world except for those trunks and shoes, and stepping forward into the spotlight to face another man.
That wraps up today's breakdown. Stay locked in for updates as the Pacquiao vs. Barrios fight nears. Whether you support the legend or the rising contender, one thing is guaranteed, this is going to be a night the boxing world won't forget.